JB, we sort of lost, I think, a little bit of spotlight shining on this team that our player profile is going to be based on here through the middle part of the season, because they had lost a game earlier on that we didn't necessarily expect, but they have bounced back in a big way. And in the game on Saturday against Western Connecticut, they bounced back big time early in that game. I know you were keeping your eye on that one while I was out reffing that night, and I came back and watched a little bit, and I was like, wow. This team is for real still, Framingham State. And why don't you introduce our player guest?
Yeah, no, they did a great job on both sides of the ball, but particularly we wanted to highlight the defense, since last season we had on one of their star offensive players, Karan White. This year, we'd like to welcome onto the show one of the senior defensive captains, a defensive lineman out of New Jersey, Eli Etienne. Welcome to In the Huddle. Hopefully I said that right.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm going to try Etienne. A little less on the long sound on that, but we'll get it right by the end of the 20 minutes here that we spend with you. Don't worry, we're fast learners. But you guys are fast learners. I was telling JP before this interview, we're looking at your stats when we had a couple seconds. This has been really a breakout season for you personally, but overall for the defense, because we've seen Framingham State put up a lot of points, but it's been shootouts at times historically, from what I've noticed. You have more than doubled your career performance in terms of tackle numbers this season alone. Yeah. So tell us, what is going on, before we even talk about Western Connecticut, what has gotten this defense to this point where you're able to kind of have a game like you had on Saturday, and games throughout the season for that matter?
Honestly, we just work hard every single day. We bring it at practice every single day, and we honestly it's all gas, no brakes for us. And we just really just want to just keep going and just make sure everything's good. Yeah, honestly, just losing to Plymouth last year was really and it was just like a startup for us. It was a trigger for us to just keep going, and we just don't like losing here. Like, losing here is just it's not acceptable, honestly. So like, losing that game last year and even losing the game this year, it put us down for a little bit, but we bounced back and we put our heads straight forward and we just kept going.
Well, Eli, one of the things that I've really come to respect about the Framingham State program and Coach Kelly in particular is that you guys don't back down from anybody. You have one of the more aggressive schedules of any New England team. I mean, you're going out and playing teams in New York. You played in the playoffs here and there over the years. You have a great opportunity to go back to the playoffs and potentially play some good teams from New York or maybe Pennsylvania. So, you mentioned that it was a little bit of an upset with Plymouth, but what did you do, especially as a team captain, to kind of refocus the team and get them on this run that you guys are enjoying right now?
I sat everyone down and let the guys know that we're still in this and that we are still the team to beat. And every week is a Super Bowl week for us. Like, every team wants to beat Framingham State. Personally, I sat down with my other captains and we all talked and we all brought the team together towards a couple end of practices and everything. Because after that game with Plymouth, it was hard for us. Losing to them last year and losing to them this year, it wasn't a comfortable feeling for us. So when we lost and we talked about it and we bounced back, and just letting the guys know that we're still here, we still have a chance, and why not us?
The team that really wanted to beat you, though, on Saturday was Western Connecticut, and they sort of, had a favorable set of circumstances, a 5 p.m. game. They're used to playing those night games, and, they just seem to have a lot of momentum and some history on their side, too, for the start that they had. Did you feel like coming out and almost dealing, not a knockout punch, but kind of punching them hard to see if they could respond was going to be necessary on both sides of the ball, to be honest with you, in that respect? Because this is a team that's got a high-powered offense, but you guys definitely settled them down early and then scored a lot of points early on yourself. What was the game plan coming in, and how do you think you guys executed it?
Honestly, the game plan was just to play hard and to hit them before they hit us, honestly, and to just make sure that they know that we're still here and that we are a great football team and we executed it perfectly. We came out. Special teams did an awesome job. We've been working hard with special teams and taking it way more serious here. So we just made sure that we had to execute on every side of the ball, special teams, offense, defense, and we did that. And we came out strong, and we could have put more numbers up, but that's how a game goes. But
well, you guys put up a lot of defensive numbers. I mean, 2 forced fumbles. I think you had 3 sacks. You had a couple of interceptions. So you guys were, really setting up your offense pretty easily, pretty well, I should say, because of that. Is that sort of the philosophy of the Rams from a defensive perspective, that you're looking to create turnovers in each possession and get the ball back to your offense?
Definitely. Defense wins championships in our eyes, so we take our defense so serious. And me being a captain, I take that under my wing, and I take that with a grain of salt. And honestly, I just believe that just working hard every day at practice and just letting the guys know that we are Framingham State and we are the best team out there on the field, and just, they just got to know that. Everyone has to know that we are the best, and we play like it.
But it ain't over yet, as you know. There is still one more to go before you're in the playoff clubhouse, per se, and that is against Worcester State on Saturday. That's a team that has historically been all over the map. They could be a high-scoring team one week and then, lay an egg the next week. It's just, unfortunately for them, I think, a consistency issue at times, but I have a funny feeling they're going to bring their A game against you, maybe an air attack, as I was about to say. But tell us what you expect, and how are you, again, as a captain or a leader of this team, settling in your teammates to not get ahead of themselves, because we all hear the one game at a time thing, 0-0 and 1 to go and all that stuff, but how do you actually put that into words to your teammates to make sure you get this job done and you get to the playoffs?
I always tell my guys, just never be comfortable with success. Wherever you are in life, whether it's football or work, you always want to be the best, no matter what. You come into work every day, you come to football every day, you got to have that mindset. You got to turn it on. You got to understand. You got to just make sure that, you are the best on the field. So I know Worcester State's going to bring their A game, and we're going to bring our A game too. We're not going to play down on competition. We're not going to play. We're going to play our game, and we're not worried about what they're doing and how much of they're going to affect us or whatever. We're just worried about what we have to do and making sure that we win this game so we can go in the playoffs.
Yep. Well, Eli, one of the things I found interesting in reading about your background is that you're from New Jersey, but you're really kind of like a 9-iron away from Philadelphia. How did you end up all the way in central Massachusetts up at Framingham? I mean, there's a lot of great football schools down there in the Philly area. A lot of strong D3 programs like the Montclairs and the Rowans and all that. How did they let you get out of New Jersey?
A lot of it was my grades, and honestly, just for me personally, I don't really like being isolated. So I wanted to be and go somewhere else and expand my horizons and that sort. Honestly, a lot of people from my high school and a lot of people I knew went to local colleges around the way, like Montclair and Rowan and a bunch of schools like that. Honestly, my grades impacted where I went a whole lot. If I could have just did a little bit better in high school, I probably could have been a Division I player, Division II player. But honestly, I'm so happy that I'm here, and I'm just so grateful that I've got the opportunity to play for Coach Kelly and win 3 rings. Honestly,
it sounds like you took the opportunity you got at Framingham State and have really made it work. You learned your lessons from what happened before, and become not just a leader in the classroom or a leader on the field, but a leader in the classroom as well. You're a criminology major, I believe, according to the roster. I see a lot of your classmates are as well, so probably a bบfield coming out of Framingham State, and a great one at that. As an attorney, I can attest to that. But I'm wondering what's next for you. As the long road through college is actually a quick road when you get down to it, and graduation isn't that far away for you. What do you want to do next after football is done?
put me on the spotlight. Scared.
Hey, see? The tough questions right here on In the Huddle.
Respect.
No, honestly, I've been thinking about being like a U.S. Marshal. Honestly, I believe like a local cop is a great job also, but I want to go higher. No matter what I do, it's either FBI or I really want to go federal. So either FBI or U.S. Marshal or even the Air Marshal. I was thinking about doing. I really want to settle for like a state police job though, honestly. Or honestly, I was thinking about going back to school, getting my master's, and becoming an attorney. It's a whole lot on my plate right now.
Listen, you got a lot of options. That's a good thing.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, one thing I want to say. 6'1", 275 is what your bio says. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Well,
right now, I'm a little on the weaker side right now. I slimmed down. I'm probably around like 268 right now. 268, 270 on a good day. But yeah, I slimmed down a lot this season.
As an air marshal, I would feel bad for the guy sitting next to you on the airplane all the time, though. That's the problem with that job. I mean, you'd make a good one. You're very unassuming and a really nice guy. But at the same time, boy, having to sit in that airplane all the time, that could be a problem.
Hey, don't mess up. I'm right here.
Yeah,
I'm right there.
Yeah. He's a nice young gentleman, but I bet you when you flip the switch, he's ready to take care of business. He certainly did against WestCon and yeah, Worcester State. They've got pretty high flying offense. They've got that All-American tight end, so it should be a great finale. And we're going to keep our eyes peeled, Eli, because I have a feeling that the Rams might very well pop up in the East Region playoff rankings tomorrow. Early afternoon. You guys have one of the strongest strength of schedules in the East right now, and with that big win and the fact that you're literally one game away from clinching another conference championship, I'm pretty sure the committee's got their eyes on the Framingham State Rams.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate it.
Well, before you go though, we can't let you escape yet because the tradition on this show for player guests is that we give you the floor for as many shout-outs as you want. I mean, you've been working hard for 4 years, so you can take as long as you want in this part of the program. Shout-outs to any family, friends, teammates, anybody.
I want to give thanks to God, honestly, because without him, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. My mother, I love you, Tony Allen. Thank you for everything you do. My aunts, my uncles, my grandmother, the McHugh family, I appreciate you guys more than you even understand. Honestly, all my friends and my brothers on my team, honestly, without them and them making practice fun and the locker room and everything that we do together is just so much fun, and I appreciate those guys so much, honestly.
Karan Wright did a good job on our show last year. He's one of our first player guests, but, you've just upped the game as far as Framingham State guests go. I want to say, Karan, you set a high bar. Trust me on that. But, Eli, you did it. You knocked it out of the park, my friend. I got to tell you that right now. But don't make it all for naught now. You got a big game coming up on Saturday, so you're going to have to deliver. No more Mr. Nice Guy after this interview. You're going to have to suit up and get ready.
How many you guys tune in? You guys going to tune in?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to be. I think I might be at Kings Point, according to the way the vote's going currently for what game I should be attending. But JB and I always are back and forth, and I get tuned in on my phone to watch the games. And this is going to be one of the games definitely that I'm going to be watching.
Yeah, we'll be looking for number 50 out there.
Yes, please do. Please.
All right.
Eli, we could talk to you for hours, but we'll let you concentrate on getting ready for the game. Thanks to everybody at Framingham State for helping us pull this one together, and good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.